Saturday afternoons over the years with the craft ladies in town, working on various projects together. Not only was she brilliant at patchwork quilts, but was pretty handy on the old knitting needles and cross-stitch too. During Lynn's 33 years in Paraburdoo, everyone who crossed paths with her became a friend. She had a heart of gold and made time for anyone who needed her. Nothing was ever too much trouble. The kids Lynn looked after during her years running the daycare centre absolutely adored her, and she cherished them as much as her own grandkids. Nothing was sweeter than seeing the kids get so excited when they spotted their Linley at the local shops, and they always wanted to go home with her. Lynn was also very well known on Halloween for her generosity in giving out bulging lolly bags. Lynn was a very proud nan to her 9 grandchildren and great-grandnan to Peyton. Lynn was often seen on the sidelines cheering and clapping with a big smile on her face. Lynn enjoyed nothing more than spoiling the grandkids with lots of love, hugs, lollies, and lots of sneaky presents. Even when Lynn became a property manager for LJ Hooker, then Rio Tinto, and most recently Sodexo, all the townspeople, contractors and staff loved her and knew she'd get whatever needed to be done for them. When Lynn's health took a turn for the worse and she was flown to Perth via the RFDS in late July, she conquered her greatest fear by having her hernia operated on. For an operation that was very risky, Lynn breezed through it and did very well with her recovery, and was living with Becca for a few weeks before she became unwell again. Warren took her back to the hospital to be checked over just in case. The just in case turned into septicemia from the E. coli bug, and after 2 stints in a drug-induced coma, multiple tests, x-rays and scans, Lynn just never really got better, and her body simply could not take any more. Lynn's loved ones kept up the bedside vigil for 43 days, and on the 43rd day, with all the family in a circle around her, holding hands, Lynn took her final breath. She knew she was safe and very well loved. Heaven has now gained another angel and another bright star in the sky. But know that Lynn will always be with us in spirit, and we will always carry her in our hearts. Now, there's a few personal eulogies. The first I'd like to read is from her husband, Warren. Lynn, my best friend and my soulmate, I will miss you so much. You have been my rock and lover for 19 beautiful years through the good times and the sad times. You have left us way too soon, especially given we had a lot of plans for the future, but I know you'd want me to carry on and make the most out of life and do all the things I always wanted to do. I also know you will be with me every step of the way. Until we meet again, love you forever, Warren. From Lynn's eldest son Lee and daughter-in-law Janelle. Dear Mum, having you as a part of our lives is something we will always treasure. Tears of joy, love and laughter are memories that will forever remain in our hearts. This is not goodbye, it's just simply see you later. Love you always, Lee and Janelle. From Lynn's grandkids. Dear Nanny Lynn, we love you and will miss you dearly. Forever in our hearts, love always. Talissa, Kierna, Chloe, Jake, Anton and Jay Lee. From Alana, dearest Nan, thank you for making me laugh until I cry, for always giving the best Nan hugs and always spoiling me with love. Thank you for always standing in my corner and having the best advice. Even though I am deeply saddened by the thought of you not being here, I know that you're not really gone. Your memory and love will never be forgotten by those whose lives you have touched. This is not a goodbye, only a see you later. Lots of love, your Lanny Lou. I'd like to read this now on behalf of Jacob. In loving memory of Nan, those special memories of you will always bring a smile. If only I could have you back for just a little while. Then we could sit and talk again just like we used to do. You always meant so much and always will do too. The fact you're no longer here will always cause me pain, but you're forever in my heart until we meet again. Thank you for being the best Nan and always being there when needed. I'll always remember you in the good times, such as watching my sports and taking me on a shopping spree. Lots of love from your grandson, Jacob. Nan, you are awesome. I love you so much. I used to text you and probably annoy you every day. Then you would text me back with lots of hugs and kisses. Then I would text back and it would never end. But I used to love that just as much as I loved you. I'll always love you, up to the moon and back, but do that never-ending times. You will always be in my heart and I will always love you. Love, your granddaughter, Ava. And finally, here are a few words from Lynn's 14-year-old niece, Sarah Saville. Where do I start? I have lots of memories with Auntie Lynn, and they all make me fill with joy. My auntie sure was one of a kind. She'd always try her best to make everyone around her happy, and she never failed to do so. Because we live in Little Tasmania, we were always a long way away from Auntie Lynn and the rest of the family, and so we never got to see any of them much, meaning the last time I saw Auntie Lynn was 5 years ago when I was only 9.